Hello, Katy, Texas, and hello, Cinco Ranch Northwest. We're looking at your market today, today's market in Cinco Northwest. Also, what it's going to be looking like in 6 months and 12 months from today, too. Well, just as a general overview, unfortunately, home sales have gone down consecutively for the last 3 years in this market, maybe a little bit more dramatically than most, from 83 down to 35. It's interesting, our dark blue quitters who tried to sell but were not successful have stayed about the same, seeing that steadily rise in most other markets. Our days on the market have been pretty flat, around 40-ish, and our months of inventory has also been pretty flat. Recent trends are probably looking about the same. Everything is tracking. If anything, unfortunately, again, the number of home sales are still tracking quite a bit lower than they were last year. So our activity, level of activity in Cinco Northwest is pretty low. Days on market are all about the same. Months of inventory is all about the same. Flat, flat, flat. So just there's our overview. Just to look at a beautiful picture of the market. These are home sizes from the smallest to the largest, 7,000 square feet being some of the largest, and their price. Just putting it in motion, we'll go all the way back to 2018 and just look at a couple of pretty normal looking markets. 2018, 19, 20, pretty good jump in 21, pretty good jump in 22, and then our blues are going to be our most recent sales. Pinks are pending, and then the greens are active. 2018, 19, 20, not as big a jump in 21, a very big jump in 22, and then kind of a leveling off maybe in 2023. Just want to point out a few things in 2023. Great sale as it relates to about a 2,800 square foot home. Record breaking sale. That's a light blue color. So that's going to be in the last 6 months. Record breaking sale at about 3,500 square feet. I mean, an awesome record breaking sale here at about 4,800 square feet. That sale is all by itself. It must be a pretty special home, I would guess. And then just across the board, again, a little darker blue. So these are going to be within a year. These sales are within a year old. So still pretty recent. Record breaking, at least for the last 5 years. Another record breaking, almost 7,000 square foot home here. So sales have been pretty spectacular recently. And just the overall shift, the bottom of this market, you can see pretty well defined right there. Just putting some numbers on all of these. If you are an owner of a 3,000 square foot home, the top of your market is probably around 750, 780. If you're the owner of a 4,000 square foot home, maybe 800 to about 1 million, somewhere thereabouts. 5,000 square foot home, 1.4 to 1.7, using some real rare air right here. Again, these are record breaking sales right in there, so you do have to be careful. And again, these are very special homes when we get into these price ranges here. If you're looking at maybe trying to lower your tax basis with the appraisal district, then you may be trying to find comps for the lower part of your market. And for your 3,000 square foot home, 540 to 520. 4,000 square foot home, 610 to 710, somewhere thereabouts. I hope you get the picture. This is sort of how we look at markets. We actually place properties in markets visually and just try to uncover any opportunities for whatever purposes our clients have in mind. So this visual picture is our favorite. Okay. Going to go here and just look at some kind of familiar lines. We see this pretty much over and over again. We go all the way back on a timeline to COVID and see what happens to our orange inventory. We have an initial spike and then it just goes into the pits. In a lot of markets, the inventory after the Fed intervention has recuperated. In Cinco Northwest, not really. It tried to recuperate a little bit, but then it's just still really in the pits. Our inventory is. Average sale price and asking price did a familiar pattern too. We inverted right here where list price, sale prices went over list price. Inverted again after some of the Fed intervention kind of slowed the market down. Just the tick marks down here also follow the same time frame after COVID. You can see the blues are going to be sale prices that were below asking prices. And then the red, kind of like a campfire right here, just heating up this market, are sale prices that went over asking prices. And you can also see, just from the gaps, you can see an idea what the sales volume, what the sales overall sales activity has been. And you look at recent months right here, and it's just big gaps here and here and here. Again, the resiliency of this market is really here. You still see occasionally some sale prices going pretty significantly over asking price. So let's just wrap things up in the summary. There's probably 3 different currents going on in Cinco Ranch Northwest. Just to look at the under $1 million strata right here. Pretty flat trend line. A good amount of activity going on right here. What we're looking at here are prices stacked up from low to high. This segment of the market right here represents about 80% of the market. So this is the vast majority of home sales in Cinco Northwest. And we are looking at a timeline from a year ago to today to a year from now. And the last closed sale was probably about a month and a half ago, somewhere thereabouts. So I am moving my starting point of about a 9-month outlook for price stability. So I think we've got pretty good price stability in this part of the market until it gets us through next summer of 2024. Looking at the million and plus, or let's just look million to $1.5 million, I think I did. And a good amount of activity in the last 6 months. Only 1 sale in the 6 months prior in this little strata. Some good recent activity right here. Some recent, the greens are the actives. And we do have a pending sale that should be closing probably in about a month. So that looks pretty good. And even with that pending sale, I'm going to move my 12-month outlook back to the last closed sale here. And again, I think that probably gets us through next summer for this strata of the market. And then our very special, this is $1.5 million to $2 million. It probably, and don't really look at this dotted line here. There's way lack of data to really draw any conclusions on, if we have any downward pressure on price. I really don't think we do in Cinco Northwest. And I think these sales right in here will probably help this strata and maybe move my starting point on forward. Although I would like to see some activity in this part of the market for sure. I do need to move a 12-month, maybe even a longer outlook because this is such rare air. I'm going to move it back to this last closed sale, which is a long time ago. That gets us through most of the spring months for price stability here. And again, maybe some of these comparable sales will help that. And there it is. I hope this was worth your time. If it was, if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, I sure would appreciate that. If you would like to see more of these and you want to hit the subscribe button, that would be great. I would really love to be able to do these on an ongoing basis. If you don't live in this neighborhood and you want to see this for your neighborhood, leave a comment in the comment section below. You need to reach me. My contact information is all over this page. I think that's it. My name is Keith Burris. I'm broker at NXS Agency. Thanks for watching.